Alright, buckle up, because today we're diving into the story of a girl who basically walked onto TikTok like she accidentally pressed go live, and somehow ended up becoming that girl everyone talks about. Yeah, the one whose confidence hits you harder than your morning coffee, and whose energy could honestly power a small city. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the wild, chaotic, inspiring, and slightly dangerous universe of Emely Hernandez. Now before we start, let me warn you, Emely isn't your regular influencer. She's not the wake up with perfect hair and pretend life is flawless type. No, she's the I ate a pizza at 1 a.m. but still look like a snack type. The I'll dance in a parking lot and somehow make it go viral type. The I turned my struggles into my brand type. You know, the type that YouTube thumbnails love. This girl didn't just show up on TikTok, she crashed the algorithm, kicked the door open, and said, "Hi babe, I'm here, adjust the lighting." And guess what? The lighting adjusted. The girl became a whole era. A personality. A vibe. A soundtrack. And today, we're not just talking about her rise to fame. We're talking about the plot twists, the glow-up arc, the drama that tried to take her down but failed miserably, the friendships, the group dances, the brand deals, the personal evolution, the laughs, the chaos, everything. This is the kind of story where if Netflix hasn't made a documentary yet, honestly, they're sleeping. So grab your snacks, get comfortable, mute your notifications, and prepare to enter the Emelyverse, a place where self-love meets Latin fire, confidence meets comedy, and one girl's journey basically proves that the internet really does crown its queens. And today, we're talking about one of them. Behind Emely's bright smile and the energy that lights up every frame, there's a beginning almost no one talks about, a beginning that wasn't wrapped in success, confidence, or millions of views. It started in a place full of silent battles, those battles you fight with yourself before the world even knows your name. There was a time when Emely struggled with her relationship with food, not just physically, but emotionally. It wasn't simply eating too much or too little, it was guilt, pressure, insecurity, and a constant inner voice telling her she wasn't enough. But instead of letting it break her, she did something incredibly rare, she faced it head-on. At a point in life where most people hide their pain, Emely turned hers into power. Every low moment became fuel, every weakness became part of a comeback story she was still writing. And the bravest thing she did? She didn't keep it to herself. She stepped in front of the camera and shared her truth with the world. She said, in her own unapologetic way, "This is me. This is my journey. And if you're going through it too, you're not alone." That honesty didn't just change her life, it inspired thousands who finally saw someone real, someone human, someone brave enough to speak the words they couldn't. Emely's big breakthrough didn't happen quietly, it exploded onto TikTok. One moment she was posting fun little videos, and the next she was crossing 2.8 million followers like it was nothing. But here's the plot twist, she wasn't taking over the app alone. Emely became part of a chaotic, hilarious, and absolutely unforgettable girl squad known as the Bad Wiggies, a group that basically said, "Let's wear wigs, dance in public, and break the internet for fun." And that's exactly what they did. Their energy was unmatched. Their dances were bold, loud, and sometimes just straight up unhinged, in the best way possible. Every video felt like a mini music video with its own storyline, personality, and chaos. And Emely? She wasn't just participating, she was one of the faces that made people stop scrolling and think, who are these girls and why am I obsessed with them already? The Bad Wiggies didn't just gain attention, they created a whole wave, a trend, a moment that TikTok still remembers. Emely didn't stop at TikTok, oh no, she expanded her empire. On Instagram, she built a community of over 500,000 people who show up every day for her lifestyle updates, fitness snaps, glow-up photos, and those effortlessly aesthetic posts that somehow make you want to fix your life at 3 a.m. Her feed is basically a mood board, part wellness, part fashion, part I want her life, and part okay, maybe I should go to the gym. And then there's YouTube, the place where Emely gets real. No filters, number 15-second clips, just full-on behind-the-scenes life. From chaotic vlogs to harmless pranks on friends, to personal story times that feel like you're FaceTiming your favorite cousin, her YouTube channel gives fans a front-row seat to the Emely experience. It's her uncut world, the laughter, the mistakes, the wins, the relatable moments, and all the little things TikTok never captures. If TikTok made her famous, YouTube made people fall in love with her persona. One of the biggest reasons Emely connected so deeply with her audience is her raw, unfiltered journey of transformation. She didn't just post a simple before and after photo and call it a day. She took her followers through the entire process, the struggles, the wins, the setbacks, the days she felt unstoppable, and the days she felt like giving up. Her weight loss journey wasn't about chasing perfection, it was about finding herself again. What makes Emely different is that she never pretends the journey was easy. She talks about the emotional side, the late-night battles with self-doubt, the guilt, the frustration, and the pressure to look a certain way. But she also talks about the breakthrough moments, the confidence, the growth, and the pride of seeing her hard work pay off. Instead of saying, "Look how I changed," she tells her followers, "If I can do it, you can too." She constantly reminds them that self-love isn't something you wake up with, it's something you build, slowly, patiently, and with kindness. Her transformation became more than a physical change, it became a message. A message that you don't need to be perfect to love yourself. A message that healing takes time. A message that your worth has nothing to do with numbers on a scale. And because she shared it with so much honesty and heart, thousands of people found strength in her story and began writing their own tonality. When it comes to fashion, Emely isn't just wearing outfits, she's creating a whole aesthetic. From gym wear to luxury campaigns, she's become the kind of influencer brands dream about. One moment she's rocking sporty looks that make you want to start a workout routine immediately, and the next she's serving high fashion attitude in campaigns for major names like Savage X Fenty, yes, Rihanna's brand. If that's not iconic, what is? But here's the real reason brands love her: Emely doesn't feel like an advertisement. She doesn't just hold a product and fake a smile. She talks about things she actually uses, things that helped her during her fitness journey, things that boosted her confidence, things that genuinely fit her lifestyle. Her audience doesn't feel sold to, they feel like she's sharing a recommendation the same way a friend would. And that authenticity? That's her superpower. Whether she's posting a new fit check, partnering with a beauty line, or modeling in a full Savage X Fenty set, Emely brings personality, confidence, and that signature Emely spark. She's not just a face for brands, she's a whole vibe, a walking mood board, and proof that style hits different when it's backed by real confidence. Emely isn't just a star on social media, she's a voice people want to listen to. Her media appearances took things to a whole new level. When she showed up on shows like Vibe Room, she wasn't there just to smile at the camera, she opened up, she laughed, she shared stories, and suddenly the audience felt like they were sitting right there with her. It wasn't scripted, it wasn't polished, it was just Emely being Emely. But her real deep dive happened on the podcast Noche de Pendejadas, where she dropped the filters and talked with raw honesty. Relationships, healing, emotional growth, behind-the-scenes drama, she laid it all out. Not in a messy way, but in a grown, self-aware, here's what life taught me kind of way. It was the version of Emely people don't always see on TikTok, thoughtful, reflective, and surprisingly wise. These appearances revealed something powerful. Behind the viral dances and the iconic glow-ups, there's a girl who's lived, learned, fallen, stood back up, and isn't afraid to talk about it. The interviews made one thing clear: Emely isn't just entertainment, she's a story worth hearing. Like every successful group that suddenly blows up, the Bad Wiggies had their fair share of drama, the kind of drama that TikTok eats up in seconds. Things really heated up when the conflict with Pika exploded online, lighting up comment sections and stirring up theories everywhere. People expected chaos, breakdowns, subtweets, and a full reality show meltdown, but Emely chose a completely different path. Instead of diving into petty arguments or throwing shade back and forth, she responded with clarity, honesty, and a level of maturity that honestly surprised a lot of people. She explained her side without attacking anyone, spoke her truth without disrespect, and refused to add fuel to the fire. In a world where influencers often turn drama into content, Emely kept her dignity, and that made all the difference. Her calm, grounded response didn't just clear the air, it earned her even more respect. Fans saw that behind the wigs, the dancing, and the fun chaos of the Bad Wiggies, Emely had a strong sense of values. She showed that you can be part of the storm without letting it shake who you are. And in the end, that moment didn't break her, it highlighted her character. Being Cuban American isn't just a detail in Emely's story, it's part of her identity, her fire, and the reason so many people feel connected to her. In a world where Latina women are often underestimated or boxed into stereotypes, Emely showed up with authenticity, pride, and a whole lot of confidence. She became a voice that resonates across the Latin community in the US, not because she tried to be a spokesperson, but because she represents something real, a Latina woman winning on her own terms. Her mix of humor, culture, and honesty makes thousands of young Latina girls look at her and think, if she can do it, why can't I? She embodies the modern Latina, strong, loud when she needs to be, soft when she chooses to be, and unapologetically herself. Through her journey, she challenges outdated beauty standards and proves that confidence doesn't come from fitting in, it comes from embracing who you are. And whether she's sharing a personal struggle, celebrating her roots, or inspiring her audience with messages of self-love, Emely has become a symbol of empowerment. Not just for Latina women, but for any woman who ever felt like she had to shrink herself to fit the world. Emely's story says the opposite loud and clear: stand tall, take space, and let your light be seen. And that, right there, is the journey of Emely Hernandez, a story of courage, growth, culture, confidence, and a girl who turned her struggles into strength and her dreams into reality. From TikTok dances to brand campaigns, from tough beginnings to inspiring millions, Emely proved that authenticity always wins, and that being yourself is the biggest flex of all. As we wrap up this deep dive, remember this: stories like Emely's aren't just entertainment, they're reminders that anyone, anywhere, can rise, rebuild, and rewrite their own path. And if you enjoyed this story, make sure to stay with us here on Gorgeous Models. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Stay gorgeous.